As you may already know, my name's Clare Baker and I'm a former clutterholic and borderline hoarder. And I successfully cleared all my clutter over 20 years ago without the need for an expensive home visit. And I've been helping people around the world do exactly the same ever since, so that they too can know what it's like to live a completely clutter-free life forever. One of my missions is to dispel a lot of decluttering myths that are perpetuated by most of the decluttering TV programs, the books, and the experts by explaining exactly why the myths are myths. So in this video, I want to explain the most popular myth that is keeping people trapped with their clutter. It's the myth that you just need help to clear the backlog of clutter, and then you'll be able to keep it clear yourself. We've all told ourselves this myth thousands of times, haven't we? Because we're not quite ready to accept that we're not going to clear our clutter forever, quickly or easily. When you find yourself thinking about this myth, ask yourself, when you've had a blitz in the past and cleared some space, a surface, a path through a room, a whole room even, how long were you able to keep that clear? Well, that proves that this myth is just a myth. You see it on the TV programs too. The impression is given that all the clutterholics or hoarder needs is to get rid of the excess clutter, have a makeover, and then carry on their merry way, because of course they're going to love having all that space. Being able to see the floor and not piles of clutter is going to motivate them, and they'll be so inspired. Why wouldn't they want to keep it clear forever after? However, just notice how many follow-up programs you see about the people who feature in those TV programs. That tells you all you need to know about their ability to keep their homes clutter-free once they've had help to clear the backlog. It's why I've had hundreds of clients and members over the years who have been on those TV shows or had an organizational expert travel to their home to help them clear the backlog. And then they've discovered that either they've had to call that expert back a couple of times a year forever, or they've gone searching for a different type of help because they realized that that type of help doesn't work. It's no wonder that even if we do manage to clear some or all of the backlog clutter, it's grown back. We struggle to believe it's even possible to clear it and stay clutter-free forever as a result. Well, there are three reasons why this myth is a myth. So first, it's because of what I call accumulation denial. The number one mistake everybody makes when they try to declutter is they concentrate on getting rid of things in their clutter. 9 times out of 10, they do that by deciding whether to keep or get rid of things. Now, while they concentrate on getting rid of things and off their clutter conveyor belt, they completely ignore what's coming onto their clutter conveyor belt and into their home at the accumulation end. In fact, most people are in unintentional denial about how much clutter they're actually accumulating on a regular basis. Just one impulse or buy one, get one free offer or unnecessary purchase a week is 52 extra things in your home each year. Just one piece of junk mail a day that doesn't come off your conveyor belt is 312 pieces of junk mail a year. Multiply that by how many years you've had your clutter challenge, and it might help explain why you have so much clutter. Most clutterholics and hoarders are in accumulation denial. Whether it's free information leaflets that you pick up, a buy one, get one free offer, a gift you've been given that you don't use, or you see something you fancy, so you impulse buy it, we're all accumulating more than we need. Many people tell me, well, I saw it, I liked it, so I bought it. You don't have to buy something to prove you like it. Equally, to have seen it in the first place, you have to have gone out shopping, gone online, or turned on the TV shopping channel, which means you were willing and able to afford to impulse buy that thing. Other people will tell me that they only shop with a shopping list. And then I ask them if they only buy what's on the shopping list. And a wry smile usually comes across their face because they know that they didn't stick to the list. Been there, done that. Been helping people for over 20 years. The second reason that this myth is a myth is because it's not just that you need help to clear the backlog of clutter and then be able to keep it clear. It's our habits that are getting in the way. You have a habit of being in accumulation denial. You have a habit of putting things where there's a space. You have a habit of living with piles of clutter. You have a habit of flitting, not focusing and finishing. You have a habit of procrastinating. You have a habit of not making time to declutter. You have a habit of giving up. We have our clutter because of multiple habits, and we won't clear it or stay clear for long if we don't break those habits. Now, unfortunately, you can't change a habit overnight, especially if you don't know you've got it. Not only do you not yet know what your clutter habits are, unless you've completed step 1 of your journey, you also have to consciously do the opposite thing to that habit between 66 and 254 times to break the habit. So although people think they just need to clear the backlog of clutter and they'll be able to keep it clear when it's all done for them, their habits go unchanged, so the clutter grows back. The third and final reason that this myth is a myth, that you just need to clear the backlog of clutter and then you'll be able to keep it clear, is because of what's called the fear of the void. You've been living with your piles of clutter for years. You've got used to them being there. It's like Stockholm syndrome with your clutter. That's the condition where people develop positive feelings towards their captors or abusers over time. We get used to finding things in our clutter, don't we? It becomes normal to navigate around piles of clutter in our home. If we ever do manage to clear the backlog fast, suddenly all that familiarity and safety is lost. And nature abhors a vacuum. So does a clutterholic. Our brain and our habits seek to fill that void fast so that we can feel safe and familiar again. On our 7-step journey, we focus on how we're going to fill that void so that our brain doesn't sabotage our clutter clearing success. So there are 3 reasons why this myth is a myth. If you can accept that it's going to take longer to clear your clutter than you would like because of these 3 things, then you will start to successfully clear your clutter.